What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ty, co-creator of #ItIsWritten. What I do here on this channel is equip and encourage believers in Jesus Christ to continue to do what God has called you to do. In this video, you're going to receive some helpful tips during this back to school season. Tip number 1. Now, this doesn't have to do with school per se, but it's a very important routine that you need to establish during the school year. Eat dinner as a family at the dinner table. This is even more important during the school year. Listen, our kids are going through a lot. The culture is constantly changing, and it is getting further away from scripture, further away from the truth. So if you're not doing this, I want to encourage you to get your kids, whether they be teenagers, whether they be toddlers, from going off in their room to eating, from being in the living room, get them around the dinner table and y'all eat as a family. Do this consistently. Even if y'all go and get fast food, bring it back to the dinner table to eat during the school year. All right. Tip number 2, pop up on them kids, pop up on them teachers at their schools consistently. Now, listen, I come from a long line of educators. I myself was a 7th grade science teacher back home, and I loved it. I absolutely loved teaching when I was teaching. But anyways, pop up on your kids, yo. Pop up on them teachers. Hold them accountable, making sure the teachers are teaching what they need to teach and that your kids are learning what they need to learn and getting done projects that they need to get done. The whole 9 yards. Now, I know this requires some back work, some logistics, right? Talking to administrators, talking to the teachers. But our kids deserve that. Our culture, again, is getting further away from the truth, and we need to be diligent, especially if you're in a public school. You need to be diligent about being in the business, being in the mix. Pop up on your kids, pop up on them teachers. And I'm telling you, once those teachers, and this is something my mom taught me, and she's continuously teaching me and my wife how to do this. When you are popping up on your kids and on those teachers, the teachers start to recognize, hey, this kid has a support system, and they're more apt. And it's unfortunate, it's just how we work as humans, and they're more apt to go the extra mile for their kid because they know they have somebody behind them that's going to support them, that it may go one ear out the other to the kid, but it's reaching the parents at home. Okay. So that's my second tip. Pop up on them teachers, pop up on them kids at school. All right. Tip number 3 is pretty simple. But I feel like it's a lost art in our culture today. Formal education is important, extremely important. That's why your kids are going to school in the first place. But biblical education, teaching our children the scriptures, teaching our children how to defend the faith and how to talk about the gospel, and even sharing the gospel is extremely important. Just how we are holding our kids accountable to history, the sciences, math, language arts, making sure they're reading, all those things which are beneficial and they're helpful for them. We need to be teaching them biblical education. We need to be teaching them the scriptures. Memorization of scripture is a great place to start. Before I as I'm dropping my daughter off to school, there's a few verses that we go through. We go through Psalm 23. My daughter can recite Psalm 23, and that's not me bragging. That's me putting into practice what I'm preaching and telling you all to do now. She can recite Galatians 5:22, the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Summer can recite all that. She can do John 3:16. She can recite Genesis 1:1. And we're building a habit of continuously reciting these things, memorizing these scriptures, and it's going to pay off in the end. But for your kids who are in high school, you need to be diligent in teaching them about the ins and out of the certain biblical stories, about how to defend their faith, apologetics. Your kids are ready for those things, especially if they're in high school, because they're seeing all types of things in this world. I'm trying to tell you. So formal education is good, but we need to all the more be pushing biblical education. All right. And this is my last tip to help you all during this school year. And it's going to be figure out ways to have mental and social breaks from your routines. My mom was phenomenal at making sure that we didn't take our lives too seriously, right? Made sure that she implemented fun into our lives in various forms. She did that, and it's very important. Some of you parents are rock stars when it comes to making sure your kids are on time for their sports, on time for other extracurricular activities, making sure that they are active in the church and in their communities, making sure that they get their proper nutrition, making sure they're doing their homework to SAT prep. Some of y'all are just rock stars, but it's important to incorporate in this mess and routine and chaotic season of the school year, times to mentally and socially kind of check out, right? And to relax, right? And to be intentional about relaxing and preserving that time to relax, like having a break from your chaotic norms and your chaotic schedules. Anybody who's really good at what they do, as far as bodybuilding, as far as building muscle, they'll tell you what's more important is resting. Like, your muscles can't grow unless you rest. And God knows that, right? That's why he built in the Sabbath for us. But a lot of y'all not taking the Sabbath. And so I implore you, I encourage you, this last tip is to make sure you find times to rest. Because I know those schedules are chaotic, especially if you got multiple children. I only got one child, and that girl, she in dance, she in soccer. She's going to be doing volleyball. She's in all types of things. And it's important for me and my wife to make sure we have some fun with our baby girl. Hey, y'all, that's all I have for y'all for this episode of #ItIsWritten. Y'all know the spiel: like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really pray that these tips help you all. Like, you feel excited after watching this video about the school year. Is it me, or does it feel like the school year has started a lot earlier? I remember back in like 3rd grade, school year started in September, like early September, right before Labor Day, but maybe that's just me. Anyways, y'all, I have a Facebook page. Y'all know that. Please go ahead and follow me on that. It's just ItIsWritten. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed.